Are you dancing to that song? You're dancing to that music?
So rad.
Hey, and welcome to another episode of Great News with Kevin and Mike, where we bring you stories that actually restore your faith in humanity. And we would like you to subscribe if you would, and click the little bell thing so you get a notification every time that we post one of these episodes, which is Monday and Thursday.
Correctamundo. And there's plenty of these stories, which makes us know that people are actually good.
Now Mike usually starts by doing an intro, and I usually try to make a request. So here's who I want you to do the intro like. And the last time we tried this, his dog went crazy. But we're going to try Bruce Springsteen.
Okay.
Could we even finish last time?
No. They my dog, specifically my dog Gloria. I think she thinks I'm another person because it's one of my only kind of like believable impersonations.
Is it possible that she wishes you were another person?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Okay. Bruce Springsteen.
I'm about to do an intro, but first I have to tell you about the time I was taking a cab from Brick, New Jersey into the city because I was trying to ditch the Vietnam War, and I told my dad, I said, I don't want to go to war, Dad. And he said, son, you got to do what you have to do as a patriot.
She's just came out of the bedroom. She's staring me down.
But
attack, Gloria.
That I should just shut the fuck up and do an intro or play Born to Run or some shit like that. So here we go. It's an intro, yeah. The show's about to begin, bro, yeah. Saying hello to the happy, goodbye to the blues. Kevin and Mike are here to give you great news in the USA.
Well done.
Thank you.
You remember a couple of episodes ago, we talked to you about the one-armed basketball player. Remember that story?
Guy was awesome.
The guy's name is Hansel Emmanuel. And yeah, he has one arm just sort of right under the shoulder, like a full arm missing, and was dunking on people and was a monster on the court. It was fantastic.
If I can remind you, was better than that. He was shooting free throws and the other team was picking on him.
You're right.
And talking shit about him having one arm. He
you can't the free
throw, stole it on the inbound, and then windmill dunked in their face.
Yep. And then handed the ball to the guy who was mocking him. I love that guy.
Just smiling.
Here's a new one. A Virginia Beach high school senior who was born with no legs.
0.
He has no right leg and the left leg that ends in the middle of his thigh.
Oh, so, that's bad.
0.
Yeah.
And this story is going to explain to you that this student from Virginia Beach won the state championship in wrestling.
Wow.
Talk about making us feel bad about ourselves. This dude has no legs, and it doesn't occur to him that maybe that should rule him out of wrestling. And he won the state championship. Watch this video. It's hard to believe.
The past 2 days have been a whirlwind for Lansdowne wrestler Adonis Lattimore, and he not only captured his first ever state title at 106 pounds, he was also a social media sensation. You see, the senior was born with no legs, which made what he did even more incredible.
Getting my mind right, believing in myself even when I had some doubts, and just finally having it all come into one moment is just special.
It has been insane. It has been crazy as far as just the number or the amount of, how can I say it, social media attention and just phone calls, emails.
Nothing was more touching than at the end of Lattimore's match. He got a huge hug from his dad, Gerald, who's also an assistant with the team.
Makes it sweeter to be able to be on that journey and be able to see it all the way through and be there step by step.
The hard work I put in with him and just the love he had for me. It's on a whole other level, just really with your mental really keeping your mental out of it, really believing in yourself, even when it feels like you can't, just pushing yourself through that.
And in case you're wondering, Adonis's wrestling life isn't stopping at high school.
The next thing is just really wrestling college. After that, just have a successful life.
And who can tell him he can't do it?
What a stud. And his name is Adonis.
That's a lot to live up to.
I mean, come on. That kid is a miracle, and congratulations to him for that.
It's so beautiful, very inspiring.
My legs work, and he could destroy me.
Oh, destroy both of us. But I have one of the few people who has the very rare experience of actually grappling with a person with no legs.
You've done that. Wow.
I have. And a very similar kind of makeup to this young man, Adonis. He had like one leg to the middle of his thigh, and one leg up by the hip was completely removed. And but this was in jiu-jitsu. So freestyle wrestling, you have to understand, the whole point of it is to get your opponent on his back or pin your opponent.
Right.
In jiu-jitsu, at least the guy I was with, you could be pinned down on your back, and you could still the sport still goes on. You still have the ability to grapple and submit.
That's not the finish line, right?
This guy with no legs is just essentially barely balancing on his hip bones and stuff, and he's able to prevent his opponents from pinning him and pinning his opponents. That's unfreaking believable. I mean, that's really astounding.
State championship.
Wow. You want to see
amazing?
You want to see something else amazing?
Yes.
Okay. I've been doing some investigation into what it means to be like really manly, because I'm not, but I now live on a farm and have to be manly.
Mike has moved from Los Angeles to Austin and has a farm. You raise pets? Do you have pets? Animals?
I have
cows?
I have 15
Donkeys?
guinea fowl.
Guinea fowl.
Guinea fowl, which are kind of like yoked out chickens, but they're
I saw the yoked out chickens at the Troob the other night, and it was really a mess.
Name. That's such a good band name. I have 10 chickens. I have 15 guinea fowl. I have many a crop, and I have 3 dogs and a donkey on the way.
A donkey on the way. Sweet.
Donkey. Maybe 2. Maybe 2.
Okay. All right.
My wife is convincing me that we need 2 because they get lonely. All right.
I think maybe next episode, or in a few, maybe we're going to need some photos of Farmer Mike. You with the cowboy hat. You have a cowboy hat living in Austin?
Fuck yeah, I do.
All right,
and
sorry to interrupt the story.
I'll get video. Me chasing the guinea fowl, getting them back into their coop is because they're so fast and they fly. It's hard to get them. Anyway,
that would be great news.
So I have to do manly stuff now. I have to fix tractors. I have to mow 8 acres of. Someone's calling my house phone. I have to mow 8 acres of land and build chicken coops and fix them.
Who has a house phone?
Well, someone who lives a mile away.
I haven't had a
from
house phone in 30 years.
Listen, Kevin, do you remember how hard it was for me to get internet where I live?
No, that's right. Yeah, they had to actually dig a trench.
Cell service isn't exactly something I can rely on. And if I need to call the paramedics, where, by the way, my closest neighbor is like a mile and a half away.
Wow.
So, yes, I need a house phone.
All right, my bad.
All right. So I'm starting to like really get geeky about like other guys who are effortlessly manly. And top tier, I mean, we can all agree, people who go to war. That's the fucking bravest, toughest thing you can do. Okay.
Yes.
But
agreed.
right below it, there's like this second tier of like big wave surfers, professional fighters, and these guys who I think get overlooked. And that is bull riders. The fucking manliest shit ever.
Yeah, but a fine line between manly and stupid. Like that's
I feel
right
the same
on
way
the
about
line.
big wave surfers. If you see 100 and something foot wave and you go, no, I didn't ride that. but either way, tough fucking dudes.
Yes.
So this kid is riding a bull, and the bull bucks him, and the rodeo clowns are trying to corral the bull, rodeo clowns, by the way, also insanely manly.
Yes. Yes.
His dad, who was in the crowd, was a former competitive bull rider, and he sees that his son's actually knocked out.
Right.
So fatherly instinct kicks in, and you just got to see this. This is truly like next level courage right here. Check it out. So he's doing Frankenstein arms, so he knows he's actually KO.
Oh, he's out.
Dad runs out of the crowd and covers him like a grenade, and the bull comes up and horns him.
Wow.
Watch this. So Dad's like, uh-oh, my son's actually unconscious. Jumps the gate and just lies on top.
Oh my God. Doesn't try to pull him away, doesn't try to get out, knows that's hopeless.
The guy had experience, he knew it, and he also knew his son, like, a 200-pound human, you're not going to be able to drag him out of the pen fast enough, or the arena. So he just lied on top, knowing that here comes the horns.
Wow.
Pretty crazy, right?
Ask the horns, by the way, ask first on that man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He could have gotten sodomized by Horn.
What? Another great band. We're going to start that band. That's amazing. You always see acts by parents about their kids, trying to protect their kids, and they can do anything. But that is a whole nother level where you're just saying, I could get destroyed. I could die. All of that could happen. I am going to get horn rectum, and I'm going to lay on top of my son.
Yeah. Yep.
That's really miraculous.
There you go.
Right,
and the update,
yeah,
super end with a good news topping. They're both okay. They're both fully healthy and okay, and gonna be all right.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to tell you a story of two people out of Davidson, North Carolina. One guy's name is Brandon Harris, and his friend is Sura Sona. And they grew up friends in Annapolis, Maryland. And they went to grade school together and high school together. And then Brandon went on to college, and Sura got into a life of crime and was in jail. He was serving a 15-year sentence in jail.
Oh, he must have done bad stuff.
Well, when he was 17, he got convicted of a string of robberies. Okay. And then when he was 19, he got convicted again of another string of robberies. So they gave him a 15-year sentence. So he's in jail, and his friend Brandon goes, I wonder what's happening with him. I wonder how his life is going. And so he writes a letter to him, and it gets forwarded to him in jail. And then his lifelong friend Brandon decides, I'm going to do everything I can to get this person, my friend, out of jail. Okay. Watch this story and look how much he was able to accomplish.
Do you remember when you first met?
Yes.
It's an easy question for these two longtime friends. Sura Sona and Brandon Harris grew up together in Annapolis, Maryland, attending the same elementary and middle school.
I remember me and him recess. I remember he used to wear his favorite Lakers jersey all the time.
We played football, baseball, basketball. He'd always be there.
Always there until high school. Brandon got an academic scholarship to a prestigious private school. Sura attended the local public school. While Brandon was offered learning experiences, Sura was dealing with a tough situation at home.
It was times it wasn't food or no electricity, and me, my mom, my brother just in a house dark weeks, and I felt a lot of shame, just like I was no one, I didn't count.
That shame led to Sura stealing his first bicycle at 12 years old, and not long after, he was committing burglaries and robberies on a regular basis. At 17, Sura was charged and convicted for a string of 6 burglaries. 2 years later, he was charged and convicted for a separate string and sentenced to 15 years in prison.
I felt like I even cursed God. I felt like if it was really a God, why did this happen to me?
Sura said he felt that anger until one day in 2020 when he got a letter in the mail from Brandon. Now a student at Davidson College, the 2-term student body president was just checking in on his old friend during the pandemic. Soon, they were talking on the phone every week.
He wanted to hear all about the college experience, all that I'm up to. I wanted to hear all about him.
Brandon got the idea to focus his independent study project called Stories of the Ignored and Forgotten on Sura and how he got to prison. He interviewed Sura's family, the prosecutor who tried Sura's case, even the 12 victims of Sura's crimes. Before long, Brandon says he knew he had to try to get a judge to reconsider Sura's sentence. The two were granted that opportunity on February 8th, just 4 days before Sura's birthday.
What's up, man?
And they were successful.
And then we see him walking out, and that's when it felt so real. It's like, here he is.
I was just in there Monday, and I went home. I just had a 15-year sentence, and I went home the next day. Like, I don't even know how real that can be. Like, that's amazing.
What started as a letter, then a project, turned into total transformation for these two friends who now both have the whole world in front of them.
I want to take full control over my life instead of keep doing the same behaviors and making the same past decisions. Man, this birthday is going to be one of the best birthdays I'll never forget.
Can you imagine being able to accomplish that? It was a 15-year sentence. He'd served 2 years only. And then they went in front of a judge, and his friend Brandon went and talked to every single person that Sura stole from, all of the victims, and said, I'd like to talk to you about him, and let me inform you of his situation and try to help. And they went in front of a judge, and after 2 years, he was sent home.
That is remarkable. I mean, it's just utterly remarkable. That level of compassion.
I don't know.
Granted, they were friends and all, but man, I mean, he pressed pause on his entire life to devote to getting that kid out of jail. And it's also just stunning. I don't like to put people's suffering on like hierarchy or anything, but like you realize, like when he said, the Sura, I believe his name, when he said at the beginning, he's like, well, I would go home for weeks with no lights and I'd be living in the dark and I just felt like I was nothing and stuff. Mm-hmm. You realize, wow, how things are different, you know, and how much.
And I assume Brandon didn't have any idea that he could actually get him released. Right. I assumed he, you know, in his wildest dreams that would happen, but maybe he could get his sentence shortened, or at least he could try. At least he walked out of jail after 2 years.
At least put the, you know, renewed perspective of the people involved in the case that this is a human being that's not. This isn't a career criminal. This is a guy who was in a bad place. Blah blah blah. Yeah, that's, you know, the best thing you could hope for, right? You're not a lawyer. You're not the Justice Project or something.
No, but the thoroughness of talking to all 12 of the people who were the victims of these crimes, like you have to track people, that you have to do research and track people down and then talk them into the fact that, you know, trying to get them to understand this kid. And that's an amazing amount of work. And I still don't think you would ever in a million years imagine you could get him out of jail. That's crazy.
That's a beautiful story. I love that. I almost feel ashamed to follow up with this story. And this is, I mean, it's uplifting, it's beautiful and all, but it's it's so not that powerful.
Yeah, we need both.
So I like I said, I mean, we've talked about it a little bit, probably too much, that I'm a legit farmer now. I mean, I have responsibilities of being a farmer, and it's tough.
What are your crops?
And one of the things that's tough, especially depending on where you're at, is critters. Critters fuck with you so much. And top of the list, well, maybe not top of the list, but certainly top tier, because coyotes are top of the list of fucking. Coyotes and snakes fuck with you, and they eat your animals and they destroy stuff. And raccoons are horrible.
They're nasty little bastards.
They're nasty little bastards, and they can kill lots of farm animals, and they get into your trash and everything. That's why this blew my mind. This farmer has a baby raccoon buddy that loves him. You will not believe your eyes. Watch this.
Let him see we're crazy. I don't care about that. Put your hand in my hand, baby. Don't ever look back. Like the world around
I'm just gonna
just fall apart.
I'm in between your legs. I'm on your. I'm just gonna hang out here on your shoulders. I love you so much.
Standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop
What
us.
is happening?
If this world runs out of lovers, we'll still have each other.
I want a raccoon.
Nothing's gonna stop
No, you don't. They're nasty little bastards.
But is this not fascinating?
Yeah, that's very
how
cute.
Raccoons hate humans.
Yes. I like the love song playing.
I agree.
I do enjoy that.
Look at it. They're snuggling up on the couch, watching Monday Night Football.
All right, but look.
Yeah.
Dude has a raccoon on his shirt as well.
Yeah.
I mean, take it easy.
All right.
Right?
But
Let's not be. That's a crazy person right there.
yeah. Yeah. But it just goes to show that if Raccoon Baby can love a human that much, why can't we all just get along, in the words of Rodney King?
All right, Mike, I have another story for you about animals. We love to do stories about animals on the show because we love dogs especially. This one is about a real janked up dog. This is an ugly mother effer. And the owner, Amanda Richter, calls this dog Wonky Face. That's how she refers to him.
Okay.
Because he's got like a sideways, like one eye is further back than the other, and his tongue. Watch this story, and then marvel at the fact that they found its doppelganger and adopted him too.
Okay.
I'm Amanda Richter, and I'm Brody's mom.
Hi, I'm Brad Ames, and I'm Brody's dad.
We adopted him September 2019. He looks so different, but so cute at the same time. There's just something about his face that's really adorable and endearing. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I just fell in love with it instantly. Brody's always kind of needed a friend. He always has loved other dogs. Even his adoption papers said would do best in a house with another dog. So I was just on Instagram one day and I had a few different messages in our inbox with a picture of her saying, "Oh my gosh, look at this dog. I thought this was Brody. They're available for adoption in Texas." And I was like, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. I thought it was Brody when I saw the picture.
Yes, I thought they were identical. She's just a little daintier than Brody. My name is Teresa Bell, and I am the Vice President of Fuzzy Texan Animal Rescue. We are a special needs rescue. I think she actually reached out to us, and she just was ecstatic, over the moon.
So what we're doing is we're going to fly Raven from Texas to Seattle, where a volunteer is going to pick her up, and then she's going to spend a couple nights in Seattle, and then that volunteer is going to drive her over the Canadian border into British Columbia, and we will be picking her up there.
I'm so excited, and we get to keep up with her. Their social media platform is pretty incredible, so we can watch her grow.
I don't know, I just have this feeling like they should be together, because what are the odds? It's like a 1 in a million that they'd have the same colors, same breed, same deformity, they should be together.
Come on. They found another dog that is identical. Same coloring.
When you said that they were, he had the janky tongue, I was thinking of I used to have a little Chihuahua that, his tongue would just kind of sit out there. But these dogs have crooked faces in it.
Yes, they call him Wonky Face. And by the way, that's accurate.
It looks like looking at a dog when you're on acid.
Yes, it does. Yes.
But in regular.
And there's two of them. Two of them. Yeah.
Well, I love them. That's so cute. And I love that they were so compassionate to find Brody a friend.
Yeah, I agree.
Is wonky too. And by the way, ugly dogs, hot chicks, everyone involved.
What?
The lady who gave up the other one for adoption, the lady who adopted these dogs, all wonky dogs, hot chicks. Good combo. All right, so we had a couple silly, more just, fun in the sun type stories. I want to end it with beautiful human emotional connection stuff. Kevin, you have children.
Yes, I have 3.
And I can say with all, and this is just objective observation. This is not flattery, that you have a great connection with your daughters, and they like love you and respect you. And
it's the most important thing in my life. Yes.
Right. And that's true. You're not just blowing smoke. But 2-year-olds, they're not the best at showing their parents that, they really love them. I mean, they will say, I love you, mommy, daddy, but they are also fucking crazy and mean. And
yeah, there's a part of them that will scream and will look at you like they want to take you down forever.
That is why I was so blown away when I came across this story. It's very simple, but it's beautiful, I thought. It's a 2-year-old boy watching video of his parents' first dance at their marriage. They just showed him their wedding, and look at his reaction.
Now nothing can change what you mean to me. Oh, it's less than I can say. Just hold me now, 'cause I won't back away. Baby, you're all that I want. When you're lying here in my arms, I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven.
Can't control himself. Holding back the tears. He's doing.
Are you positive? Are you positive that he's just not crying about that country music cover of that song?
It's
positive he's like,
it's a country cover of Bryan Adams.
Right.
That's
Are you sure that's not where the emotion is coming from? And
could be a good piece of speculation. That's a very bold hypothesis, but I back it. But
that's very sweet.
He didn't just like do 2-year-old crying. He was doing the like tough guy where I'm like, I'm trying so hard not to cry.
That's very sweet.
But fuck that cover.
That cover is awful. Awful. So is Bryan Adams, for the record, right?
I think he gets a lot of flack because he's kind of just like, but really good songwriter. And I mean, like a really good, when you're doing those, like, I'm a basic bitch and I just want to listen to a song I can sing to in my Honda Accord. He's a fucking genius at it.
Agree to disagree.
Listen to me. If there was some bizarro world where those songs, like, that movie where the kid wakes up in a world where the Beatles didn't exist and he just pretends he wrote all those songs. Okay, if there was some bizarro world where Bryan Adams didn't exist and the Foo Fighters came out with Heaven next year, you would be like, this is a fucking amazing song. Okay.
Incorrect. I would like you to do the outro as John Hyatt.
Who?
Yeah, John Hyatt.
Who's that?
You don't know John Hyatt? No, you don't know who John Hyatt is. Stevie Wonder.
That's a tough. Wow. Okay, you're asking a lot. I mean, you might as well say Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury. Wait. Bryan Adams.
Oh, Bryan Adams. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, it's an outro. Ooh, it's an outro. Say hello to the happy, goodbye to the blues. Kevin and Mike are here to give you great news. A boot.